London, capital of Britain's global empire, was drowning in its own waste. The River Thames had become an open sewer, choked with human filth and factory runoff. And when a scorching heat wave struck, the stench became unbearable. Most people assume cities just grow and adapt. But London's rapid boom during the Industrial Revolution had overwhelmed its ancient drainage. Cesspits overflowed into streets. New water closets flushed far more waste straight into the river. Engineers had warned for years that something had to change. Yet plans sat ignored, dismissed as too expensive. Then came the great stink. The hot, dry weather lowered the river level, concentrating the filth. The smell invaded homes, offices, and even the Houses of Parliament itself. Members of Parliament gagged. Some fled to the countryside. Curtains were soaked in chloride of lime to mask the odor, but it failed. Here is the part history often skips. Politicians had delayed action for decades. But when the crisis hit their own noses, they acted fast. In just 18 days, Parliament passed emergency funding for a complete overhaul. The man they turned to was Joseph Bazalgette, chief engineer of the Metropolitan Board of Works. Bazalgette had already spent years quietly preparing detailed plans, rejected earlier as too ambitious. Now his moment had arrived. The smell was not just disgusting. It was linked to deadly cholera outbreaks that had already killed tens of thousands in earlier epidemics. At the time, most people, including officials, believed in the miasma theory, that foul air or bad smells directly caused disease. Yet cholera spread not through the stench itself, but through water contaminated by sewage. Bazalgette's plan would remove both the stench and the contaminated water. Construction began in 1859. Workers dug deep trenches across London, sometimes right under busy streets. They laid hundreds of millions of bricks, using a new durable Portland cement. That has kept the tunnels strong for over 1.5 centuries. Bazalgette insisted on building everything oversized. To handle future growth, Bazalgette's solution included 3 magnificent embankments along the Thames: the Victoria, Chelsea, and Albert. These walls not only housed major sewers, but reclaimed land from the river, widening roads and creating beautiful public spaces. We still enjoy them today. At the eastern ends rose ornate pumping stations, Crossness on the south, Abbey Mills on the north. These cathedrals of engineering featured grand architecture, with cast-iron details, and the world's largest beam engines at the time, lifting waste so it could flow onward. Most people stop at the crisis and miss the deeper truth. Bazalgette did not just fix the immediate problem. He built for generations ahead. The system was completed in stages through the 1860s, fully operational by the mid-1870s. In 1866, when cholera struck again, it hit only the small, unconnected eastern districts. The rest of London stayed safe. The central Thames became cleaner. London's population doubled in the following decades. Without the old plagues returning, the empire's capital could keep growing, commanding trade, industry, and military power across the globe. And this next part explains why your life has not changed yet. Every modern sewer system in cities around the world traces its thinking back to Bazalgette's intercepting design. He proved that bold, forward-thinking engineering could turn a city-killing crisis into lasting strength. The next time you walk along the Victoria embankment or cross a bridge over the Thames, remember those hidden tunnels beneath your feet. They are still working, quietly protecting health and enabling urban life. If there is one thing this story teaches us, it is that engineering foresight is never optional. We can ignore the warning signs of overload, but we cannot ignore the consequences. Bazalgette's legacy is not a monument. It is the invisible network that lets millions live safely in one of the world's greatest cities. The next time you turn on a tap or flush a toilet, pause for a second. That simple act works. Because Victorian engineers learned that the most dangerous threats are often the ones you cannot see until it is almost too late. This is exactly why we dig into these hidden stories of engineering, not to shock you, but to show how the reliable world around us was forged from crisis, rigorous thinking, and the determination never to repeat the same mistakes. If this video shifted how you see the infrastructure beneath our feet, even just a little, drop a like and share it with anyone who takes clean water and safe streets for granted. And if you are not already subscribed to Hidden Stories of Engineering, hit that button. We have more forgotten decisions, quiet triumphs, and life-saving fixes coming your way. Stay curious out there, and stay grateful for the unseen systems that hold our world together. Thanks for watching.